Hello, and thank you for joining me. My name is Randall Hart. I'm one of the construction accountants here at Fast Easy Accounting and Business Consulting Accounting. And today I'm going to do a quick video that is of real interest to home builders. Now I'm talking to the spec builders and the custom home builders. What you guys run across a lot is how do you track how much money you owe to a variety of vendors. So I'm going to show you a really quick example of how we do that in QuickBooks. We actually have a template that's very complex. I'm not going to show the template here because it just takes too long. But I am going to go to the sample construction company inside QuickBooks and kind of give you a really quick overview of how it works. Now what I have here is there is a client that has, and I'm going to go up to the customer. And the customer I'm going to look at is A customer 1. Go to transaction, and A customer 1 has an estimate. Now I made it really simple. I'm saying general construction estimate 125,000 and plumbing is 25,000. Now you're going to have a whole bunch more stuff here, but I just want to keep it simple and easy to work with so we can understand it. So what took place in this example is the plumbing contractor issued a bid, and the winning bid for the rough end went to the named plumbing contractor, whoever it is actually. And I'm going to say it's $25,000 is the winning bid. Now, what'll really help you guys a lot, guys and girls, if you are on our paperless vault system, then you can either email or scan or what have you the document, and then we'll attach that document here to the purchase order. So this is where it starts. Now, this particular plumbing contractor requested, and you agreed to, a $5,000 down payment. So I'm going to make that a bit like that and bring this over so you can kind of see it. And what took place was that you entered a bill for $5,000 for the down payment against the rough end on pipes and valves. This is all pretty simple so far, nothing to it. We've got a bill in there. At some point in time you pay the bill, and eventually you're going to take a look at how we're doing. So let's look at the vendor, the purchases by vendor summary. We pulled it up and we say, okay, here's a plumbing contractor. Let's drill down that just a little bit. In fact, I have a little bit better over here. We're going to drill down and take a look, and we're going to see that there are actually two purchase orders. One is for the rough end, $5,000, and one is for the trim. We've paid $2,000. So those two purchases we've paid for so far. Now I want to know what is still open, and this is what we actually paid. So now I'm going to go to the open purchase orders by job, and I make an interesting discovery here because there's that 25,000, there's the amount, and of that amount there's a balance of 20,000. So we've already paid 5,000 of that amount. Down the road a little bit, I want to do an estimates versus actuals. So I push the little button and I see, okay, that's area, that's customer number 1. There was estimated cost of 25,000 general construction. We've got some costs there. We've done 90,000 in our work in process. Received 100,000 down payment so far from the owner. And in plumbing, we've estimated 25,000 in cost. Our actual cost so far, you've only paid 7,000, so that's what we've paid so far. We expect to be under 18,000. Did a little markup there. So estimated revenue is 20,000 so far. Actual revenue is 20,000, and so far it's 7,500. We're waiting for money to come in. So this is our estimates versus actuals. Very good to know. Now, if I want to get a little detail on that, the detail of the item cost summary, again, there is 5,000 for the rough end. So if I open that a little bit, you'll see it says rough end, pipe and valves, and trim. I've got 2,000, so the total is 7,000 I paid in that job. Now, the plumbing contractor, bless his heart, he forgot. It wasn't intentional. He forgot that he already got a 20,000, he already got a $5,000 deposit on his 25,000 rough end. So what happens is he sends you a bill. He or she sends you a bill. So I go to vendors. I'm going to go, let's enter the bill. An individual plumbing contractor. And I make a brand new bill. So I'm going to say plumbing contractor. Hey, there's open purchase orders for this vendor. Want to receive it? Yeah, I do. So I go in here and I say, I think this is the one I want. I'm going to open it up. It sure is, and it says 20,000. Now I'm looking at the piece of paper and it says he's billing for 25,000. I'm going to stop right there because the paper he sent me says 25,000. He didn't account for the 5,000 already paid. So at that point, I'm going to stop, issue a note, not put a bill in until I get this situation cleared up. And that right there is how you avoid double paying and overpaying. Now, in order for this system to work, you have to use some form of work in process. This particular test file, the work in process or the item list is here. This is kind of like the basic item list. Now, a lot of builders, you guys have your own item list, which is fine. If you use your own item list, we're happy to do that. Then you'll need to code each item, each piece of paper. So in this case, we code to 14 plumbing or whatever you had. That's how we can avoid double paying and overpaying, because every purchase order is the bid. The key is using purchase orders correctly to track all the bids and cost. Now, what happens is down the road, I'm going to X out a lot of stuff here. I'm going to keep Xing out. I'm going to the very basics. Now, the plumbing contractor says, oh, by the way, there is a change order involved. The client told you that they wanted to upgrade the faucets and fixtures. You agreed to it. You called the plumber and you said, I want to upgrade the faucets and fixtures. Now, how we do that is really quite simple. I go back to the vendors. I create a purchase order to, in this case, it's plumbing contractor. Be a different name, of course. And again, I know it's 14. This is what we're using here for default. I want to put a little description there. Plumbing upgrade to better faucets in this example. It can be faucets, it can be in your bathroom, anything you want. And those faucet upgrade is going to cost $1,000. So I'm going to put a quantity of 1,000 at $1 each. There's a reason we do that. I won't go into a lot of detail, but there's a very important reason we do that. And I know that this is for customer 01. There it is. Now I'm going to save and close. Now when that particular plumber issues me a bill, and I got a bill now, a little bit later, and I'm going to enter a bill in, and that bill is from plumbing contractor. I see we got 3 purchase orders out. Well, if he did it the way we want him to do it, he has coded that bill correctly to the PO number 90711. If not, easy to find it. So I'm going to go in there. There's that $1,000, and he's asking for half down. So I'm going to put a note here, say down payment, and I'm going to code 500, and I'm going to save and close that. Now what takes place, if I go back in the reporting section and I pull up the estimates versus actuals over here, and I customize that report because I just want to show customer 01. Now I pull it up, I find that my plumbing costs have gone up a tad because in here I am going to go in and up that estimate, and I'm going to say 14 plumbing change order upgrade faucets by $1,000. In this case here, I'm saying it's a 10% markup, but you put in whatever you think makes sense to you. Just that simple. And we'll record the changes, add those, and now I have a change of $1,000. So now I'm trying to track my change orders as well. So now I go into the estimates versus actuals. I have plumbing cost at $26,000. I'm looking at a different revenue picture and some more money coming in. And so essentially that's just a quick preview of how we track it for custom home builders, that we don't overpay our subcontractors. Every subcontractor invoice has to be put in as a purchase order to be put in correctly. I'm not showing you all the detail here, I'm just giving you a quick overview. We have it all systemized in our system. We know how to put it in. We put it in as a purchase order, then we accept against the purchase order. If there's a change up or down, we put in a new purchase order. Everything goes to the purchase order system, and what that does, that keeps you, the builder, from overpaying. It also gives you great essence versus actual reports. Now, the tough news is, or the bad news, if you please, that means every piece of paper, every invoice you get that you send to your accountant, if you want it coded correctly, all you need to do is whatever your schedule of values is, be sure you put it there. So if it's plumbing, 14. If you have a different schedule of values, put that on the paper so that we have the schedule of values and the customer. And from there, we can do it all. And we can generate you some wonderful reports on work in process, earned value, all kinds of things that can be of great value. Now, one last and final thing. We are construction accountants, and we started this business in 1991. I've been in construction accounting since 1976, so I'm very familiar. I do want to make one thing clear. We are not the low price leader. Every so often we have a builder will call up and say, gee, I want all those reports, and I was paying somebody who I got out of Craigslist or as a neighborhood kid, and I was paying them like $2 an hour, and I want you to do it for $2 an hour. If that's what you're thinking, please don't call us. We're not going to be able to work with you. If you want a professional construction accounting firm that can handle all your needs, call us. We can take care of it. We service builders all across the country. And most of what we do is on the net. It's very simple. There's all kinds of goodies, and we can discuss you more in detail. And by the way, this particular file, I'm sitting in my office in Linwood, but this file rests on one of our web servers. It's fully encrypted. Intuit, which is QuickBooks approved, and the server itself is in Southern California, which means you can access it from anywhere in the world if you have the username and password. Hey, I hope it's been of value. Please feel free to give us a call, 206-361-3950. On the web, www.fasteasyaccounting.com, or you can call Sherry or email her. It's Sherry, S-H-A-R-I-E, at fasteasyaccounting.com. Thank you very much. Bye for now.